So this is my 2003 Toyota Tundra. Right now I have it up on my ramps. I wanted to look around underneath it and check everything out. I was pretty sure I needed to replace my front shocks, and my muffler seems a little noisy. It has a kind of nice rumble to it, but I got under there and it looks fine, the whole exhaust, but I put my hand on top of the muffler and it's got a big hole in it, so that's where the rumble's coming from. It's not a big deal, I guess, because it's toward the back of the vehicle, but I'm still going to check on getting a new muffler put on it. Either I'll do it myself or take it to a shop. I drove it up on all four ramps so I could get under there easy, and it's nice because you got 2 foot of space underneath there to crawl around. Makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to get down here on my little cart and go underneath there, and I'll show you what the shocks look like. And what I'm trying to decide is if I want to try to take the coilovers off and just replace the shocks, or if I want to order the whole assembly. Now, my 2006 I sold just not too long ago. I jacked the truck up to do something, what was it? Sway bar link, and the shock broke the seal and all the oil ran out. So I went ahead and put new ones. I got off of Amazon on there, and it was okay. I don't know about long term because I didn't have them on there that long before I sold it. So now I'm trying to decide, do I get some off of Amazon or go with the Bilstein, what is it, 4600? I don't do any off-road to speak of, just country roads when I have to do a delivery. But I'll pause this and get underneath there, and I'll show you what the bottom of my shocks look like. And you can give me your input. I figure if the shock's bad, then the springs are probably worn because it's, what, 21 years old? So maybe I should just do the whole thing. But maybe the springs don't wear out. Maybe they're still good, and I can just put the shocks on them. If I can find one of those tools to compress the coilovers and not kill myself. So hang on. Okay, so here we are. And this is the bottom of the shock. Now you can see that bolt is not in the middle of the shock anymore. It's clear at the top. I mean, it's not in the center of the hole there. It's clear at the top. So that rubber bushing there is completely gone. It's just, so now I got all the slop, I'm sure, going bouncing up and down. At first I thought it had a pretty nice ride because the springs are good, but I got under here one day and I noticed that both the sway bar links were broken, rusted off, so I replaced those. Let me scoot back here. So I replaced the sway bar links on both sides. And everything else, all the other rubber gaskets and stuff, seems to look pretty good. But the thing that just doesn't look good are these shocks. And let's see. This is the other side. I'll show you what that one looks like too. Same thing. The bolt is clear at the top, banging on metal. So I'm going to go ahead and order shocks. I'm going to check with O'Reilly's, see if they have one of those compression, what do you call it, coilover compression things to take the coils off. But the more I think about it, the more I think I'm just going to order the whole assembly. That way the spring's fresh and the shock's fresh. Well, I'm definitely replacing these shocks. The ones in the back look alright. They're not, it's hard to tell because you don't have the access like you do here to look at the rubber. But I'm thinking maybe I'll just go ahead and get a kit and do all 4 of them. That way I'll have a nice fresh suspension, if I can talk. This oil is going to be due pretty soon, in another week or 2, for an oil change. I was just looking under here because I hadn't done one on this vehicle. But it looks like you got an oil drain pan right here, and a plug. And then I'll probably service the transmission. It's right back here, but the fluid looks really good, like he's done it, had it done. There's the plug for the transmission drain. So I'm guessing you could just drain it there, put new fluid in it. If you want to change the filter, I'm sure you'll have to take the pan off. I haven't researched it yet. But when I get ready to put these new shocks on, I'll make a video. I knew they were cracked, but I didn't realize how bad they were, because if that is sitting on the top of that ring for the shock, this is probably just bouncing up and down, going clunk, clunk, clunk. But I don't really hear it, but I think I'll have a lot better ride if I replace it. So that's what I'm going to do, get them ordered someplace, and when it gets here, I'll make a video and putting them in. I've watched a few videos on it. It's not too bad. I'm also looking at this, what do they call this thing? The control oil? Anyway, I can't tell by looking here, but I'm not sure this rubber bushing is in that good a condition either. But I can't really tell. I'll have to do a little research on that. Maybe those need to be replaced too. I guess there's a lot of stuff you can replace on a 21-year-old truck. But it's definitely getting shocks. And I noticed these brakes are getting a little worn. They still have some life left in them, so that'll be another project in a month or two. I'll put new brakes on it. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have one of these, I appreciate any suggestions you might have. I know it can turn into a money pit if you try to make it look like a new truck, which I'm not planning on doing. I use it for deliveries for Home Depot. I just want something that's reliable and safe on the road.